The power of silence, knowing when to keep your mouth shut. Hello everyone, welcome back to Four Elements. Today we are diving into a topic that we can all relate to at some point in our lives, knowing when to keep our mouths shut. In this tutorial we'll explore 20 practical guidelines inspired by timeless wisdom from the Bible. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's get started. 1. In the heat of anger, our first guideline comes from Proverbs 14 verse 17, which wisely advises us to keep our mouths shut in the heat of anger. It's a moment when emotions run high, and words spoken in haste can cause lasting damage to our relationships. 2. When you don't have the facts. Proverbs 18 verse 13 reminds us to stay silent when we don't have all the facts. Jumping to conclusions or spreading misinformation can lead to unnecessary conflicts and misunderstandings. 3. When you haven't verified the story. Building on that, Deuteronomy 17 verse 6 emphasizes the importance of verifying a story before sharing it. Gossip and spreading unverified information can be harmful and can damage reputations. 4. If your words will offend a weaker person. Moving on to 1 Corinthians 8 verse 11. We are reminded to be mindful of the impact our words may have on others, especially those who may be more vulnerable or sensitive. 5. If your words reflect poorly on the Lord or loved ones. Peter 2 verse 21 to 23 encourages us to keep our words in check, ensuring that they reflect positively on both our relationships and our faith. 6. When tempted to joke about sin. Proverbs 14 verse 19 urges us to resist the temptation to make light of serious matters, such as sin. Our words should carry weight and respect for the values we hold. 7. When you would be ashamed later. Proverbs 8 verse 8 warns us against saying things we might later regret. A momentary lapse in judgment can lead to long-lasting consequences. 8. When tempted to make light of holy things. Ecclesiastes 5 verse 2 encourages us to treat holy matters with the reverence they deserve, reminding us not to make light of things that hold deep significance. 9. If your words would convey a wrong impression. Proverbs 17 verse 27 advises us to choose our words carefully to avoid giving the wrong impression. Clear communication is essential to prevent misunderstandings. 10. If the issue is none of your business. Proverbs 14 verse 10 teaches us that sometimes it's best to stay out of matters that don't concern us. Keeping a respectful distance can save us from unnecessary complications. 11. When tempted to tell an outright lie. Proverbs 4 verse 24 emphasizes the importance of truthfulness. In moments of temptation, keeping our mouths shut is better than resorting to lies. 12. If your words will damage someone's reputation. Proverbs 16 verse 27 warns us against using words that can harm someone's reputation. Our speech should uplift, not tear down. 13. If your words will destroy a friendship. Proverbs 25 verse 28 highlights the fragility of friendships and the need to safeguard them by choosing our words wisely. 14. When feeling critical. James 3 verse 9 encourages us to refrain from critical speech. Constructive feedback is valuable, but pure criticism without empathy can be detrimental. 15. If you can't speak without yelling. Proverbs 15 verse 28 reminds us that raising our voices rarely leads to productive communication. Sometimes silence is the best response. 16. When it's time to listen. Proverbs 13 verse 1 guides us to know when it's time to listen instead of speaking. Listening is a powerful tool for understanding and resolving conflicts. 17. If you may have to eat your words later. Proverbs 18 verse 21 highlights the impact our words have on our lives. Speaking positively can lead to positive outcomes, while negative words may come back to haunt you. 18. If you have already said it more than one time. Proverbs 19 verse 13 warns us against nagging. Repetitive words can strain relationships, so knowing when to stop and let the matter rest is crucial. 19. When tempted to flatter a wicked person. Proverbs 24 verse 24 advises us against flattering the wicked. Our words should align with righteousness and truth. 20. When you're supposed to be working instead. Lastly, Proverbs 14 verse 23 reminds us that there is a time for everything. If you are supposed to be working, it's best to focus on the task at hand rather than engaging in unnecessary conversations. In conclusion, Proverbs 21 verse 23 beautifully sums up the wisdom shared today. Whosoever keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Knowing when to keep our mouths shut is not just about avoiding conflict, it's about preserving our well-being and maintaining healthy relationships. So let's strive to be mindful of our words and embrace the power of silence. Thank you for joining us today. If you would like to grow further, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and remember, sometimes the loudest message are conveyed through the beauty of silence.